Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 5. In this occasion, we would like to give a presentation about explanation about chatbots. Dear Mr. Rahman Hakim MPD, as a information, communication, and technology lecturer, please allow us to make a presentation today. Before the presentation begins, let me introduce myself and my teammates. My name is Rangga Dwi Putra as the moderator of this presentation, and my teammates are Bayu Mulya Ramadhan, Dian Putri Islami, and Rijal Abdillah Tsani. Next slide, please. As we can see in this slide, there are some tables of contents of the material that we will present. The first is, who is Alan Turing? The second, what is Turing test? And the third, Eliza and other chatbots. The first slide will be presented by myself. And the first material is Alan Turing. Alan Matheson Turing was an English mathematician, computer scientist, logician, cryptanalyst, philosopher, and theoretical biologist. Turing was highly influential in the development of theoretical computer science, providing a formalization of the concept of algorithm and computation with the Turing machine, which can be considered a model of a general purpose computer. He is widely considered to be the father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Here, he devised a number of techniques for speeding the breaking of German ciphers, including improvement to the pre-war Polish bomba method, an electromechanical machine that could find settings for the Enigma machine. Turing played a crucial role in breaking intercept coded messages that enable the aliens to defeat the Axis powers in many crucial engagements, including the Battle of the Atlantic. Next slide, please. The next slide will be presented by Bayu. Bayu, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Rangga. And the next material is, what is Turing test? The Turing test, originally called the imitation game by Alan Turing in 1950, is a test of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to or is indistinguishable from that of a human. Turing proposed that a human evaluator would judge natural language conversation between a human and a machine designed to generate human-like response. The evaluator would be aware that one of the two partners in conversation was a machine, and all participants would be separated from another one. The conversation would be limited to a text-only channel, such as a computer, keyboard, and screens. So the result would not depend on the machine's ability to render words as speech. The test result would not depend on the machine's ability to give correct answer to questions, only on how closely its answer resembled those a human would give. And the next material will be read by Rijal. Rijal, time is yours.
So, explain about Eliza and other chatbots. Eliza is an early natural language processing computer program created from 1964 to 1966 at the MIT Artificial Intelligence Laboratory by Joseph Weizenbaum. Eliza was created to demonstrate the superficiality of communication between humans and machines, as Eliza simulated conversation by using a pattern matching and substitution methodology that gave users an illusion of understanding on the part of the program, but had no built-in framework for contextualizing events. Directives on how to interact were provided by scripts, written originally in MedSuite, which allowed Eliza to process user inputs and engage in discourse following the rules and directions of the script. As such, Eliza was one of the first chatterbots and one of the first programs capable of attempting the Turing test. The Eliza effect describes any situation where, based solely on a system's output, users perceive computer systems as having the intrinsic qualities and abilities which the software controlling the output cannot possibly achieve, or assume that outputs reflect a greater causality than they actually do. In both its specific and general forms, the Eliza effect is notable for occurring even when users of the system are aware of the determinate nature of output produced by the system. From a, from a psychological standpoint, the Eliza effect is the result of a subtle cognitive dissonance between the user's awareness of programming limitations and their behavior towards the output of the program. The discovery of the Eliza effect was an important development in artificial intelligence, demonstrating the principle of using social engineering rather than explicit programming to pass a Turing test. Next, this slide will be presented by Dian Putri Islami. To Dian, the time is yours.
All right, thank you, Rijal. So I will explain about other chatbots, or they call Siri. Siri is a virtual assistant that is part of Apple Inc.'s product's operating system. It uses voice queries, gesture-based control, focus tracking, and a natural language user interface to answer questions, make recommendations, and perform actions by delegating requests to a set of internet service. With continued use, it adapts to users' individual language usage, search, and preferences, returning individualized results. Siri is a spin-off from a project developed by the SRI International Artificial Intelligence Center. Its speech recognition engine was provided by Nuance Communication, and it used advanced machine learning technologies to function. Siri also offers numerous pre-programmed responses to amusing questions. Such questions include, "What is the meaning of life?" To which Siri may reply, "All evidence to date suggests it's chocolate." Or, "Why am I here?" To which it may reply, "I don't know. Frankly, I wondered that myself." And, "Will you marry me?" To which it might respond with, "My end user licensing agreement doesn't cover marriage. My apologies." Next slide, please. And then chatbot for teaching English. The use of chatbots in providing feedback to students to be quite beneficial. Chatbots might imitate an interaction cycle for students to learn the target language. Furthermore, chatbots augmented a higher level of social presence, creating an environment in which students might be involved. Chatbots can often be used to deliver simple courses. The goal is for chatbots to function as virtual advisors while also adapting to the capacities of the students. In other words, they adjust to their own rate of learning. And overall, integration of chatbots in teaching and learning while assessing key affordance, and limits of their use. So that's all. Back to the moderator.
Hey guys, finally we arrived to the end of our presentation. I would like to say thank you to my teammates for the teamwork, and also thank you to the audiences for the participation and for the attention. And thank you very much to Mr. Rahman Hakim MPD, who has given us the opportunity to make a presentation today. If there is an error in conveying the material, we apologize for that mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.